Hi everyone. This time we're going to do Pepsiman Cutscene percent, which basically beat the game similar to any percent, beat the game as fast as possible. But the main difference is you have to watch all the cutscenes, which is basically no require no skill at all. You just whenever there's a cutscene, you just do nothing and watch. You can like the game allows you to skip it, but this category uh, does not allow you to skip it. And yeah, basically it's a meme category at this point, and in speedrun.com it becomes secondary category now. Yeah, because basically it's just any percent plus 5 minutes, which is the total length of all cutscenes in the game during the whole like 24 minutes of the game, around that. Yeah, so yeah, basically, yeah, in terms of like the strats or like the skills that runners do have to acquire, it's exactly the same thing because during the cutscenes, runners literally do not do anything, right? So the difference is just in any percent, runners have to press start as soon as possible to skip the cutscene because it's a time loss. So yeah, whereas in any percent, sorry, in cutscene percent, they just do nothing, right? Okay, yeah. So that's the category. In terms of the game itself, yeah. So this is like an auto-scroller game. Like Pepsi Man will just run by itself, but you control Pepsi Man left and right and jump to avoid the obstacles. Yeah, but you can actually dash to make Pepsi Man run faster. So what you're going to see is that I'm trying to basically mash the dash button, so Pepsi Man will just dash and then keep dashing. Uh, yeah, and the second thing that I'm going to do to save time is that there are Pepsi cans in the level, and I'm going to actually avoid them because at the end of each level, the game will count up the number of Pepsi cans you collect, and basically more Pepsi cans you collect means the game takes more time to count, right? So yeah, those are the two key elements to save time in this game. So yeah, with that, let's just start the game, and I will explain more during the run itself. So yeah, let's do it. And again, since this is cutscene percent, we have to watch all the cutscenes so that you guys know the story of the game as well, which is
Hey,
actually
let's start the
not very
game!
important because yeah, even when I was a kid playing this game, I don't know the story of the game. I just play because it's very intuitive. Just make it to the end, and you beat the game, right? But yeah,
Ah, Pepsi Man, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi, and the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat, but it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
yeah. So during like marathon events like this, usually we play cutscene percent because like so that the audience know the story of the game. But again, it's actually not important. So yeah, this stage one, yeah, you just heard that we're trying to save people from rioting because they run out of Pepsi. So we're supposed to collect these Pepsi cans and give it to them. But again, as I mentioned, we're actually trying to avoid getting these Pepsi cans to save time at the end of the level. Yeah, in this trash can section, I cannot actually dash or jump, and the inputs are actually reversed. So whenever I press left, Pepsi Man will go right, and vice versa. But yeah, that section is not too difficult, even though the buttons are inverse. Yeah, whenever these trucks are throwing stuff at me, yeah, I can do nothing but wait there because if I dash, I will hit the truck, and yeah, basically I cannot save time there. Um, well, there are tricks, there are trucks that I can skip. I will point out to you later when it comes. But yeah, generally there are some parts where I cannot dash, and I have to just wait patiently. Okay, coming up to 1-2 now. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to get canless at this level, basically not collect any cans at all. Hopefully I can get it, because yeah, even though you saw like the game will count up the number of cans very fast, so each can that you collect actually does not lose that much of a time. Oh, I did collect some can then. But if you manage to get literally 0 can, the game will not play the new record jingle for the number of Pepsi cans that you collected, and that saves about 3 seconds. But even if you collect 1, then the game will say new record on the number of Pepsi cans that you collected. Yeah, and that lost 3 seconds basically. Trying to pass through the truck here. Okay. Yeah, if I'm not fast enough, the truck will come before me and I have to slide under the truck. Okay, so we save these people. We give them Pepsi by just showing our hand. Yeah, so we save them, right? Oh no, what's going on here? Oh no, oh no. Oh, Pepsi Man got hit by a truck and hit a giant Pepsi can, and now the giant Pepsi can is angry and chasing us. Okay, so this is the first chase level. So in this chase level, I literally cannot save any time because I cannot dash. I can only left, right, and jump. And I can only lose time here by getting hit by any of these obstacles, which will slow me down. I will lose about 0.1 second or so. And if I got hit 3 times, the giant Pepsi can will crush Pepsi Man, because Pepsi Man, by getting hit 3 times, Pepsi Man slow down too much, and the Pepsi can will crush Pepsi Man, and I will have to restart the level basically, which is a huge time loss. So fortunately I didn't die there, which is good thing. Yeah, so that's stage 1. Now coming up to stage 2, but first we have to watch some cutscenes.
You're doing pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, quite clean stage 1 so far. Yeah, I'm attempting
Have
to
a
do
Pepsi.
canless in 1-2, but I didn't get it. But it's not
Next stage.
that huge time loss.
Pepsi Man! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsi Man?
So people are trapped in the roof because of a fire, and they are thirsty, and we're supposed to give them Pepsi. Again, same thing, right? We're supposed to help them to not get too thirsty. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, there are, like, I don't know, maybe riots here, some fires. Oh, yeah, that. I need to slide there. Yeah, those beams might give problems, like give me problems quite often, because like if you get hit by those beams, you might get rolled forward, and before even before even being able to control Pepsi Man, the roll forward will throw you into the pit, and you can basically you cannot do anything. So yeah, and yeah, there are so many pits there that can instantly kill you. So it's actually quite tricky, but yeah, I managed to get past through it. I hit some early beam in earlier part, but that's not a huge time loss. Okay, now we're coming to the underground section of stage 2, which I'm going to attempt canless again here because this level is actually quite easy to get canless. There are no sections where like the cans are yeah, basically all of the cans are pretty easy to avoid. Oh, do we make it? Oh no, we don't make it. Oh, but still, we still beat the level. Yeah, so these people, by just showing our hand again, we save these people. So it's actually weird that the intended way to beat this level is by jump and then just fall. Whereas if you just fall and not jump, you actually die. So you have to jump, even though you end up falling to the same pit. But that's how you beat the level. Okay, and while falling, we actually hit this red pizza truck, and again, it becomes very angry at us, and now we have to run away from it. So yeah, this is basically similar to the first stage level, but the main difference is you can see that there are obstacles over Pepsiman's head, so I cannot just jump whenever I want here, because if I just jump, I might hit the thing on the top, right? So yeah, I cannot. I need to jump carefully, basically. Okay. So we managed to clear the first 2 stages of the game. We have the later 2 stages of the game now. So basically, we finished like half of the game almost, but the later stages are more difficult and take more time. So not exactly half of the game. He's very happy.
Pepsi for TV game.
Yeah, now you see why this is like a meme category, because all of these cutscenes.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Same thing, basically. People are thirsty. They crash land. They make emergency landing in the desert, and they are so thirsty, and we need to help them. Yeah, again, basically, you don't need to care about the story. Just run. Okay. Here I need to make some precise inputs to avoid these traps, because I want to make sure that I don't end up having like truck on both sides that I cannot avoid. So I need to find my runs well there. Okay, coming up, this is the truck skip that I talked about earlier. Let's hope I get this one. Okay, I got the truck skip. So yeah, this is not the intended way of beating this level. So as you can see here, now I'm dashing through an empty road with nothing but Pepsi cans, no obstacles, no enemies whatsoever. This is because this is not the intended way of beating this game. The intended way is I supposed to wait patiently behind a truck, behind that truck that I just skipped there. And that truck will actually throw logs at me, which I supposed to avoid by either jumping or sliding, depending on whether the log is high or low. But since that takes so much time because I cannot dash while waiting behind the truck, we can actually save time by skipping the truck. And the way to do that is we just dash through the truck, and during the iframe, we actually dash to skip the truck. Something like that. That's the basically what happened there. The inputs are a bit precise because the iframe is actually just enough for me to dash through the truck. But yeah, we got it, so that's good. Okay, coming up to 3-2. Um, yeah, this level is actually impossible to get canless because later there will be Pepsi cans that is positioned exact like in the middle of a narrow bridge, which you cannot avoid. Yeah, like these Pepsi cans and these Pepsi cans basically cannot avoid them because you either like collect it or you die by falling, right? Yeah, this mine section is again similar to the last section of 2-1, where there are a couple of things that can hit you, and the hit animation might roll you forward to pitch, and you can do nothing to prevent that. So it's actually quite a hard section, but fortunately I managed to pass it without any problem. Okay, coming up to the third chase level. Yeah, Pepsiman actually gets thrown into these logs, and again, as usual, it becomes angry at us and tries to crush us. Yeah, so the big difference from this chase level is that the thing that can hurt Pepsiman is now coming from the enemy itself, not like in front of Pepsiman. So this means whenever I get hit, because I will get closer to the thing that is chasing me, I will have less time to react, and I can have big problems with that. So I hope I don't get hit quite early in the level here, because if I do so, I might not be able to finish the level. Yeah, there is actually no RNG involved here. The pattern of the logs that this enemy throws is constant. So technically I can memorize this, but I don't. I just react, and yeah. Most of the time it doesn't give me problem, but sometimes it does. But fortunately nothing happened there. Basically we just cleared that level without any problem. Okay, coming up to the last stage, stage 4, just the hardest stage in the game.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi Man. It looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
So from preventing riot in the first stage, now we are preventing what do you say? Like real world problem, big problem. So yeah, this stage 4 takes place in a fictional Pepsi City, which you can see there are so many Pepsi brands. Okay, so we're going to skip this skip this track as well, similar to how we skip the 3-1 skip track. So yeah, the idea is the same there, where we use the iframe to go pass through the truck. Yeah, that saves less time, because as you see, the distance of the road that the truck's supposed to like stop us is much shorter than the 3-1 truck distance, right? So that truck skip actually saves less. Oh, I almost died there. I need to be careful. So Pepsi Man is currently just like drinking Pepsi, stocking himself for Pepsi, so that later he can just show hands, so to give people Pepsi. But in this stage, we don't actually give people Pepsi. We like goes into like Pepsi City mainframe computer and fix it somehow. Yeah, all these pipes, it's pretty hard to do this section perfectly, so I try to be a bit safer there by not dashing at some sections, because these pipes are positioned very close to each other, that if I do that section like fast, I might get hit by a pipe when trying to avoid the other pipe, because they are so close to each other. Okay, coming up to the last section here. This is one of the hardest part of the game, because if I get hit even slightest bit by those box or these doors, I will die instantly. And there is no way for me to slow down this thing. And yeah, okay, fortunately I clear it without any problem. So yeah, by just showing hand like that, we fixed the computer, and we managed to avoid, what was that person saying again, like real shortage of Pepsi or something like that. Okay, coming up to the final chase levels. We are going to be chased by a giant Pepsi can again, which is like a revenge of like the first chase level. And yeah, on this chase level, guys, pay attention very closely, because otherwise you'll miss a very smooth product placement. Yeah, of course I'm kidding. Like there are a lot of Pepsis in this level. Like you can see, even there is like a mailbox, Pepsi branded mailbox. And of course the thing chasing us is a giant Pepsi can, and on the street there are giant Pepsi cans lines up, and the giant Pepsi cans they're chasing us, throwing smaller Pepsi cans. There are just too many Pepsis in this level. Similar to the previous stage level, the enemy itself are actually throwing stuff at us, so if I get hit, I will have less time to react for the rest of the level. But fortunately, that did not happen, and we finished the game. So yeah, since we are running marathon events, we are using the real time, which is 23:45. The time below there is a loadless time, which means like every loading the timer is paused, like in-game timer basically. But yeah,
You got it!
23:45
Yeah!
is the real time, and yeah, it's not bad.
Woo!
It's actually very good. Like sub 24 is actually quite good timing,
Everybody
and yeah,
Pepsi!
happy with
Drink
that.
Pepsi!
Works for me. So yeah, that's Pepsi Man, guys. Cutscene percent.
Pepsi. Only my
Only my
choice.
choice. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, again, like this category is basically any percent plus 5 minutes because of all the cutscenes that I cannot save or lose time. It's a fixed 5 minutes approximately. Yeah.
Pepsi is.
Yeah, this guy drinks too many Pepsi.
Excuse me.
Whereas we during the game we try to avoid getting Pepsi. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all. We don't actually have to watch this cutscene. The timer has stopped already anyway.